In Activity 12, Roots Underground, students examine the network of roots that have grown on the more mature plants in the classroom. They first contrast the roots with the stem and leaves, and then learn more about the job that roots do for a plant. From the kit, you will need Activity Sheet 12, magnifiers, plastic tray, corn plants from Activity 2, pinto bean plants from Activity 2, and planter trays. You will also need to provide paper towels and tap water. To prepare for the activity, make a copy of Activity Sheet 12 for each student. Pour water about 5 centimeters deep into each of the planter trays for students to use in cleaning off the roots of their plants. Each team will need 2 magnifiers, a plastic tray, 2 paper towels, a planter tray with water, and either a corn or pinto bean plant from Activity 2. To begin the activity, show students the extra bean and corn plants you planted in Activity 2. By now, they should have grown larger and developed longer stems and new leaves. Remind students of the roots they examined in earlier activities and ask, what do you think has happened to the roots? Students are likely to think that the roots have grown larger too. You may want to take this opportunity to review the different parts of the plant and the jobs they each do for the plant. Tell students that they will be looking at the roots of these plants to see what has happened to them. Point out that the stems and leaves of the corn and bean plants are different, and ask students, do you think the roots of these 2 plants will be the same? Answers will vary. Next, distribute the materials and instruct students to fold the paper towels to fit on the plastic tray. Demonstrate for the class how to remove the plants from the planter cups. Place one hand over the soil, holding onto the plant until the plant and soil come loose from the cup and rest in your hand. Then gently shake the plant over the paper towel, and then place the roots in the water on the tray. Stir the roots gently to rinse off the remaining soil, and lay it on the folded paper towel. Help students to remove their plants from the cups and remind them to handle the plant gently so they do not break off the roots. Next, distribute Activity Sheet 12. Tell students to write the name of their plant, bean or corn, at the top of the activity sheet, and then draw a picture of its roots in the space below. Allow time for students to observe and draw the roots of their plants. Have teams exchange their bean or corn plant for the other kind of plant, and draw a picture of its roots in the middle of the activity sheet. Everyone should draw the roots of both plants. When students have completed their drawings, ask, what do the roots of a plant look like? How are they different from the stems and leaves? Students should observe that the roots are long, thin, and whitish, and they branch out in all directions. Note that short root hairs extend from the roots of all plants, and that roots are different from stems and leaves. Roots are thinner, have a different shape, and are not green as stems and leaves are. Next, ask students, how are these roots different from the ones we saw in our sprouting bags? Students should respond that there are many more of the roots and that they are longer than the ones on the sprouts. Then ask students, why do you think the roots of the plant grow longer? Students should have noticed that the larger the plant grows above ground, the more roots it needs underground to absorb enough water and help it stand upright. Finally, ask, how are the roots of a bean plant and a corn plant alike? How are they different? Students should have noticed that the roots of the bean and corn plants are similar, but not exactly the same. Bean plant roots have thicker central roots with small roots branching off them, while corn roots are all thin and fibrous. To conclude the activity, discard the paper towels and soil from the plastic tray. Wash and dry the plastic trays and the planter trays and return all materials to the kit. For science background, reinforcement activities, curriculum connections, and information about the Delta Science readers, please consult your DSM Teacher's Guide.